So kids are part of local pubs. They have pubs, they have beer gardens. It is not unheard of for a child to be running around a pub while your parents are sitting there having lunch or having a pint. These kids can even go up to the bar and order, a drink or something if they like. My daughter sits at the bar all the time with us. She'll if we're sitting at a table or something, she'll go up to the bar and say, "Hey, I want another juice," or whatever it is, and they serve her because they know she's not of age to drink, and they're not idiots. They're not going to serve her. In America, the kids can't even sit at the bar, and in a lot of places they'll have like a closed off bar area. The kids won't even be able to sit at those tables that are in the bar. That's stupid, because if you have a 10-year-old that's sitting with their parents and they're sitting at at a table in the bar area, like, just don't serve them alcohol. Like, the parents need to be responsible for their kids, right? And the thought process behind not allowing the kids in those sections or at the bar is that they're not being snuck drinks. Well, don't you trust your staff to do the right thing? And if you trust your staff and you know your staff's doing the right thing, then if something happens, then it's on the parents, because ultimately it's their responsibility for the child, right? But in America, the culture, it's very hands-off culture. The parents are like, it must be the bartender's fault, or it must be the waiter's fault, or it must be this person's fault if something, my child gets alcohol. When in reality, it's actually creating an atmosphere, because it's making it so taboo, it's creating an atmosphere where the kids are like excited and wondering why they're not allowed to have it. Whereas if you have more of an open atmosphere and they learn by example how to drink or how not to drink, and they're exposed to it, then they don't go as insane when they are able to actually partake, and they won't get into a situation where they are doing something that's harmful to themselves. Of course, this is a broad perspective. There are people that are alcoholics here in the UK. There are people that are abusive when they drink, and there are young kids that definitely drink underage and probably take it to the next level. But I'm saying, as a whole, the culture of drinking here is just more about relaxing and enjoying the moment, and just unwinding from your day or unwinding from your week and enjoying your company, and not about getting wasted, not about partying, not about doing something they're not supposed to. It's just much more culture of just much more, let's just enjoy ourselves and have a good time. I've been in groups where we've gone to London and we've, had lunch or dinner, and we've had a bunch of drinks, and we maybe got a little bit toasted. And we had our children with us, and it was never an issue. I've been out, without my child, in a party kind of atmosphere with, live music and things like that. And I got a little drunk, and it was fun and everything. And there was people that I know that got wasted and drank too much, but they were safe about it. They walked home, and they didn't interact with their families, or they did it in a safe way, and so they weren't abusive, they weren't obnoxious, so it didn't matter. Ultimately, I think it just comes down to maturity, and I think maturity comes down to knowledge and exposure. And I think here in the UK, because you're knowledgeable at a young age of what's happening, you're exposed to it at an age, an early age, how to handle it, how to do it casually, how to do it in, a nonchalant way where it's not so taboo, that it makes just for more responsible adults when they're in those situations. And I think in America, because we're so controlling and we're so restrictive on people's personal choices in these situations, that it almost creates a storm around drinking in particular. And then when you combine that with party atmospheres like college campuses, and you combine that with a lot of advertisements and cheaper alcohol, and being able to get your hands on it even when you're not supposed to, I think that that's why it creates an environment that it's more about, it's more dangerous, and because it's more about, you know, just getting drunk and not really enjoying it, and not really using it as a way to just relax and unwind. And it just puts you in more dangerous situations. That was a little bit more serious than I get sometimes on the show. The drinking culture is much better here. the attitude about it, the atmosphere around it, you know, it's just so much more fun. And I like the idea of like also being able to walk to the local pubs and bars also helps a lot, because you don't have to worry about getting in trouble with the stringent drunk driving laws, and you don't have to worry about getting in trouble. You know, if you are doing something wrong, you can kind of just walk home, or someone can walk you home or send you home in a cab. The atmosphere, I've talked about this in a previous video, but the atmosphere of accountability here, and the sense of community, and trying to keep the community as a whole protected, I think has a lot to do with how they approach things like drinking. So that's my take as a US citizen living here in the UK. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit the like button for me. Share this video if you are so inclined, feel free. And if you like this video and you want to see more content like it, hit that subscribe button for me and the notification bell. That'll help me out a lot. If you don't want to, not a big deal. I'm cool. I appreciate you stopping by and giving us a chance anyway. And yeah, I hope I get to see you guys again. Talk to you later. Bye.